Trigger warning, this episode contains sexual assault and abuse. And really just a lot of icky stuff. So if that does not do it for you and you don't want to listen, we will not be upset and we'll catch you on the next movie. Hello, all you clairvoyants and possible mediums. This is Once More with Feelings. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Beth, and we are an emotional movie podcast. We watch the movies. We get emotional and we talk about them.
We have the feels. This week we're doing Stir of Echoes, people. And
we're doing it twice. This is the second time.
So
we did it so badly the first time.
Yes. It happens. This is a hard movie for us.
Well, actually, I didn't hit the record button.
Well, there's that. I mean, we had technical difficulties. But also we did struggle with this the first time around, and we're hoping that maybe we won't struggle so much, but we're going to throw it out on the line right now.
I'm guessing it's because I was high.
Were you high and you didn't even share?
I did share. That's why you were also bad.
So wait, I was so high I don't even remember.
See?
Yeah, my mouth don't work.
No.
So this is a good movie. This is a great movie. But it doesn't have the depth that we normally find in our movies, character-wise. So that's why we struggled. So we're going to talk about this movie.
Again.
And maybe we'll do a better job.
Stir of Echoes is a 1999 film. The IMDb summary states, a man is hypnotized at a party by his sister-in-law. He soon has visions and dreams of a ghost of a girl. Trying to avoid this nearly pushes him to the brink of insanity as the ghost wants something from him, to find out how she died. The only way he can get his life back is finding out the truth behind her death. The more he digs, the more he lets her in. The shocking truth behind her death puts his whole family in danger.
Now we're just slap happy. So
I'm just trying to emote.
Emotion.
I probably emoted incorrectly with the danger part.
So the thing is that she's not actually trying to find out how she died. She knows how she died. She was raped and suffocated. Spoiler.
She's trying to bring it to light.
Yes, because at this point, everyone just thinks she's either a runaway or just a runaway. Basically, there's no kidnapping. I think the sister thinks somebody took her, and the mom is questioning it. But everybody
there's
else,
always that possibility that it's a runaway or kidnapping.
Yeah, but I think the rest of the little neighborhood thinks that she just ran away because.
Yeah, but they also call her the R word.
Yes, they use the R word, which is disgusting, and we will not be using that word. So.
It's based on a novel.
It is based on a novel by Richard Matheson. He is the gentleman who wrote, obviously, Stir of Echoes in 1958. He wrote Hell House. He wrote I Am Legend, What Dreams May Come, Omega Man. He has a ton of other books, but those are the ones that I was like, hey, these are movies that we all know. At least maybe some of us do. I've only ever seen 2. Though I kind of want to read The Shrinking Man when I started looking because I'd never heard of it. So I think I want to read it. It's on my list of to-dos. And The Shrinking Man is being read by the babysitter who is played by Liza Wheel from Gilmore Girls.
Paris.
And so when she comes to the house, she is reading that book. So a little nod to Mr. Matheson.
Sure. So the novel is different from the film in that the novel portrays a suburban everyman, and his name is Tom Wallace, not Tom Witzke. Mm-hmm. It's also a first person, more psychologically focused on their own internal mechanisms, whereas the film is not. It's very much third person. While there's some internal mechanisms for him, they don't play into it.
Yeah, he doesn't monologue, but I do know that I did read I Am Legend, and he does show that same. I don't know about his other books, but in I Am Legend, he does that first person.
It's kind of his style.
Yeah, the narration.
And, it's a slow burn, psychological unease in the book. It's mostly introspective. In the film, it's faster, it's more escalating, and it is definitely much more procedural than the book. And it's, the book is more quiet. It's less focused on the morality of something.
Yes.
Than it is the actual happenings of something. Whereas in this one, it's very much morally, questioning of the different characters and what morals they play in the film.
Yes. And so it's funny because you did this to me in our defunct episode, so I'm going to do it this time. The lens that we are looking at between 1958 and 1999 are a little bit different. So the things that could be, they're probably, so again, I've never read the book, but I'm assuming there's probably a lot of Boys Will Be Boys. Now there is Boys Will Be Boys in the movie, but probably in a different level. Compared to the 1958, where it would be definitely, what was she wearing? Things like that. Was she, asking for it? Where they didn't bring that up because in 1999 they were, the knuckles were lifted a little bit off the dragging floor, but not by much. So they still had that Boys Will Be Boys attitude, just not as I think it would have been in 1958.
Sure. So, how did you feel the first time you watched this movie?
So, I was looking forward to seeing this movie. I don't remember if I saw it I didn't see it in the theater, but I can't remember when I saw it the first time. But it was, I looked forward to it because I think the trailer had, Kevin Bacon leaning forward in the chair and looking at the camera. There's a lot of like fourth wall breaking in this movie, I've noticed. And he's like something along the lines of, what's the worst thing that can happen? And I was like, I really want to see this movie. I don't know why. It just kind of stuck me, There's like the theme of just the black, which is also played along in a lot of the color black is very prominent.
In fact, they use the song.
They use the song. It's just, there's a lot to it. And it made me want it to see it, because I don't care for, and I keep saying this, but I don't care for scary movies per se. I'm not a Friday the 13th fan, not a Freddy Krueger fan. It just, it's weird, scary, though I love fantasy. But this is that type of, I like ghost scary.
Yeah.
And this is that right level of ghost scary, which maybe, again, higher, people who are really into the higher end, of the horror world would probably look at this like, they'd be.
Well, yeah, they would.
But I would recommend it to people. Like, I would be like, you got to check out that movie with Kevin Bacon.
Well, I think the good thing about this film is it's pretty much timeless, because you don't have to worry about the visuals. The visuals are pretty much cutaways to other things. It's not trying to superimpose it into something. The body, when it's found, doesn't move.
No.
These are not things that are CGI'd in. These things are very much, the only time they have that little bit of break of like the CGI-ness of things would be when Maggie, Tom's wife, puts her arms out to grab his head in the vision.
Yeah, when he's in that vision of being in the past.
Right.
And he's not breathing.
But otherwise, everything else is very much, just cut, B-roll of the way the house used to look when it was abandoned.
Yeah.
Or unoccupied.
And like...
you had the breath. That was about the only thing I could see that was CGI.
Yeah.
Is the icy breath that happens in the film.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's the image of her as a ghost sitting on the couch at one scene.
But it's just that is a layer.
Yeah, it's not CGI, and it's not like there's not an overabundance of gauzy ghostiness.
No, it's flashes.
Yeah. And mostly it's the son talking to the camera.
A lot of times.
Whenever it comes
but
to the
the
ghost.
camera is the character
It's
in
the
this
ghost.
sense, the ghost. Or,
Like I said, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking, but it's not in a weird way. Like in the beginning,
it's in a surprising way, especially for 1999.
yeah, and I like. I mean, it's honestly. I mean, that's what I liked about it because it grabs you. And that very first scene is with the little guy in the bathtub, and he's talking to the camera, and you're like, is he talking to the audience? You know he's not. I mean, but there's that moment of disbelief. And then he's like, can I ask you a question? And then...
Yeah. There are a lot of hooks in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because So yeah, there's a lot to it. So how did you feel?
I felt nothing. Nothing.
Liar.
I thought it was a good movie. I mean, I didn't find it particularly scary.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did like about it is the kind of scary it was. We always talk about, like, we like hot things.
Mm-hmm.
We like, not the temperature hot, but the taste hot.
Yeah, spicy.
We like spicy foods, but we like it to have flavor and not just be spicy.
Not just be spicy for the sake of spice.
For the sake of spice. That's our common refrain.
Yeah.
It's the same here. I want scary, but I don't want scary just for the sake of being scary. I want it to have flavor.
I want it to be a reason behind the scary.
And this has it. It is much akin to Winterbone. It is, a girl who's been harmed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just pretty much classic storytelling in our patriarchal society.
Mm-hmm.
Is that women are the victims of so many different heinous crimes, and the way they can get justice is they have to come back from the grave because you can't do it otherwise.
I mean, so I don't think I know Winterbone, but I know the Lovely Bones.
The kitten jumped up.
Oh, I didn't even know she got in here. She usually can't get in here.
I'm sorry, our kitten is visiting us.
Yeah, she's a big girl now. She used to be a tiny, and now she's a big girl.
Okay, get up on the table.
Okay, go ahead, bub.
There you
go. So, I don't know Winterbone, but I know Lovely Bones, and it's kind of solves her own murder, after the fact.
Oh, she's just exploring. She'll be fine. We'll just put a baby monitor next to her, and she'll be fine.
We'll get back to that later on.
So, Kevin Bacon is Tom Witzke. He is obviously known for a few movies: Footloose, A Few Good Men, Tremors. Tremors is the one we
that is our
desperately love.
Yes, I didn't. It's so weird because I think about that all the time. I never would have been like, Tremors is the best movie ever in a million years, and then here it is, the best fucking movie.
And then obviously he's been in a lot of things, but we have Catherine Erbe.
Yes, Catherine Erbe
as Maggie Witzke, and she was in Law and Order, Criminal Intent, Oz, and What Dreams May Come, the movie.
Yes, that's funny. Then we have Zachary David Cope. He plays little Jake when he was 5 years old. Now, when he was 4 years old, he played Adam Sandler's nephew in The Wedding Singer.
I know, it's weird.
And those are the only two movies he did, at least that are on IMDb. And we have Ileana Douglas, who was in Alive and Goodfellas.
Cape Fear.
And Cape Fear.
To Die For, Ghost World.
Yeah, I did the two I like.
Okay. I like Cape Fear, but it's scary.
Yeah.
Psychologically.
Jennifer Morrison, who was obviously in House and Once Upon a Time. And
this is young. This is teenage.
Baby Jennifer.
Seems like teenage.
Morrison. And she plays the dead Samantha. Her sister is Liza Wheel, as we said before, who played Debbie in Gilmore Girls, played Paris. And
don't forget Kevin Dunn.
And Kevin Dunn, who plays Frank, and who was in Dave and Small Soldiers.
And Veep and Godzilla, 1998.
Yes.
So he did Godzilla right before this movie.
Yes.
The man was working.
He was boogieing. So yeah. It's got, there's a very large cast.
Dave was what, 97? I think.
Oh, bugger! I'd have to go look through my notes.
I think Dave is 97, so like he had a several movie run, one right after the other.
Mm-hmm.
The director, David Koepp, which is not the same Koepp, it's a Koepp, did the screenplay for Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
He was the director-writer for Panic Room.
I love Jodie Foster.
Yeah. And he also did the screenplay for War of the Worlds. Something I enjoyed just because he brought this feeling, well, maybe not him, the director brought this feeling of War of the Worlds, of it just being this very big power that it was really hard to overcome, and really they didn't overcome it. War of the Worlds is about how disease killed the big bad.
I mean, yeah, because and it always makes me laugh because I was a fan of the original George Orwell, and we met back in California, and you used to tease me when you found out I was from New Jersey, and you insisted that I lived at Grover's Corners, even though I didn't, which is a fictional town. And is it Grover's Corners or Grover's Mills? No, I think it's Grover's Mills.
Grover's Mills.
Grover's Mills. Grover's Corners is our home, or our town, or something like that. Regardless, you used to tease me and say I was an alien.
Yes.
So
that has not been disproven yet. I married you just so I could find out for sure, and I still don't know.
I haven't shed my fake skin, and it's not turned green.
If you were the alien from V, I would love that. That would be incredible.
Also,
such a hot lizard.
You wear glasses and you cannot see my real face.
Okay.
I'm not saying I have a real face. I'm just saying you can't see it.
Okay, I'm good with that. We'll find out.
Why we need to do they.
Eventually,
Or is it them?
They.
Ha! I'm tired. That's
they them.
And that's Rowdy Piper, right?
Could be either one.
Isn't that Rowdy Piper?
Yes, that is. Yes.
I love that man.
V was the other one.
Oh yeah, that was the
TV show.
Do you remember when that was on TV? And I remember the kids coming, because I didn't see it, but I remember the kids coming to school. She ate a rat.
Oh yeah, no, that was a huge thing.
That was a big thing.
We came in all saying the same thing in the school.
She ate a rat.
It's actually one of the better times I think I had with a TV show because everybody was into it.
And the same thing kind of happened with Twin Peaks. Everybody was into it. So when things would be revealed, people would come back. And I never watched it when everybody was watching it. I had a 7:00 bedtime for a long time as a kid. Okay? My mom was really strict about my bedtime. I don't know why. Possibly because that was her.
She didn't want you to watch TV shows.
She didn't. I mean, I would go to bed I'd get mad because I was missing Jeopardy. I love Jeopardy.
So the primary emotional thing of this is that you just get obsession or compulsiveness.
Yes.
And there's this fear that pervades the entire thing, and it's not a fear of a direct issue or thing that happens. Mm-hmm. It's a fear of the thing that might be out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah. So I've been kind of ruined by the Haunting TV series, mostly the Haunting of Hill House, because I can't not watch any movie with a scary theme without watching behind the characters. When we watched Fall of the House of Usher, I missed most of what happened on that show.
Because you were looking in the back
behind them.
No, I get that.
So we need to rewatch those too because it is the Halloween season.
That time. So yeah, I mean, I get that. I totally do, and I agree. I think that there's also these undertones of grief and guilt that run through this, not just for Frank.
No.
But for the people who have to relive it. Mm-hmm. So the son has some because he's always having to deal with seeing things and not being able to express himself to parents because his mom would be upset.
Yeah.
And dad is obviously upset. He knows too, but he's getting upset.
Yeah.
The whole thing begins because Tom gets
hypnotized. Yeah.
Beguiled. Hypnotized.
Mesmerized. What did she call it, right? Yeah.
Mesmerized by Lisa.
Yes, which is his sister-in-law.
Right. At a party.
Yeah, because he thinks that she's talking out her ass, that she could hypnotize him. And so he's like, no, hypnotize me. And she's like, no, you're angry. You don't have the right mindset. You're drunk. He's like, no, do it. And everyone's kind of like, do it. And not really. But
they're not cheering that.
No, but
yes,
they're basically...
like, come on, do it. Just do it.
Doing the taunty. And Frank is right there with them, though. I mean, like, he was the real... I really didn't like Frank at first. Like, I thought he was a big fat asshole. I mean, he was just like at the party when he comes out of the hypnosis and he's got tears in his eyes. And Frank is sitting there laughing his dumbass head off, you know? I know that was most likely a transference of the shit he had buried inside of him.
Oh, that's stereo. I mean, that's the stereotype of the...
Oh, yeah. And he probably had a lot of drink, to drink.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing, they were at a party.
Every bully is a bully because they are internalizing their own issues.
So, I didn't really care for him. So, yeah, I mean, he was probably drinking. And then on top of, it's the bully bad cycle.
Yeah.
And he was carrying some shit that we don't know about at the time. But he was carrying that in his head. I mean, part of me can't... I mean, he is wrong. He is fucking wrong. But I can't blame him for feeling the way he does towards life and the universe because of what his son was a part of. But what he did for his son was wrong.
Absolutely.
But I can understand that whole just like, the fuck... My child is like this? What the hell did I raise this monster?
Yeah.
So.
I think that this movie, what it does well, is make you think that what you're encountering is a jump scare when it actually isn't. It's just that the moments of intensity that you're seeing are so counterpointed by this quiet domestic scenery, that the moments that are very like everybody does this. You're just in your house or you're just outside and with your family or with your neighbors or whatever, and then this thing happens in the middle of that. That's what makes it seem like a jump scare.
Yeah.
There's nothing more off-putting than sitting down on your couch and seeing something out of the corner of your eye. This is your private area.
I mean, here's the thing about Stir of Echoes. The ghosts aren't the bad guys. They don't hurt anybody, actually. I mean, she doesn't hurt anybody. No. Now, she puts her intention pretty strongly. She wants, justice. And she, when they meet later on, like when Maggie and Jake meet Officer Neil, he puts that seed in her head that the spirit has, she wants something.
Right.
And so, and that she'll do whatever she has to get it. And to a certain degree, there is a threat to the family when it comes to this, but also not really, because she doesn't hurt Jake. She doesn't hurt Maggie. She doesn't hurt... Maggie's pregnant. She's pregnant. She doesn't hurt the baby. She doesn't hurt Tom.
Doesn't physically hurt any of them.
No.
But mentally nothing there's some damage.
Oh, no. She does some damage, but she's still not... when we watch these scary movies and there's...
not vindictively.
Yeah, and like we watch movies like The Conjuring, or you watch movies like Paranormal Activity. I'm using that because I am such a lightweight. But those ghosts want something because they're usually demons or they're poltergeists or something like that. And what they want usually involves violence, usually involves hurting.
Yeah.
And that's not what Samantha is wanting. She just wants justice. But she is a ghost. And what can, a ghost do but do ghostly things?
Sure.
And yeah, she does compel Tom to the point where he is so obsessive with what his compulsion is, his quote unquote mission, because he's it's not like a conscious thought of I have a mission. It is I keep seeing this shit. I gotta figure this
He's
out.
like, I'm told to dig. I gotta dig.
And so it's just not the same as a lot of other scary movies. It's the twist of the humans are the monster. The humans cause this. The humans are the ones who are waving guns around. The humans are the ones who are killing people. It's not the ghost. Right. And so that in itself is different from most movies like that. Other movie that I like that is kind of a twist on ghosts. Ooh, I wish I thought of this one for our not so spooky Halloweeny Octoween.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I keep changing it every time we do it.
I do too.
And this is number 3, folks. This is number 3 in our not so scary Octoweenish
We're
festival.
in no way accelerating the scariness.
Ew.
We thought we were when we made the list. This is a fluctuating intensity of scariness at best.
And I actually wish I had thought of this one because this one actually is a little bit scarier. The others.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That one actually would have upped the scare factor.
Probably. Oh. But I did want to do Stir of Echoes.
I did want to do Stir of Echoes. Maybe next year we'll do the others. But yeah, we've realized that comparatively, these 3 movies, Cooties, Dave Made a Maze, and Stir of Echoes, are not any more scarier than the other.
No, just different.
Just different.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that number 4 ups the ante.
I think it will.
It's been years since I've seen it, but we'll get to that later.
So yeah, we got, I think just the movie itself, it really kind of tears down that whole blue collar masculine energy.
I think so. I think it starts out where you think that's where you're going.
Well, you think they're going to make that be the reason why the antagonist lives through whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not.
It's not. And you get that impression because, he comes downstairs after getting the little guy in his robe or his bath towel, and his sister-in-law is down there hugging his wife, and it turns out that wife's pregnant and he didn't know about it. Because sister-in-law is, quote-unquote, a witch, because that's what she calls herself. And she knew it as soon as she looked at her sister, and so they have a little bit of an argument, but not really an argument. It's more of a Maggie's upset because he's not reacting the way she probably thinks he should when she told him she was pregnant. But I think it's because he was processing. But it does come off as him being, oh shit, fuck, damn, not another goddamn mouth to feed. But it's not how he's thinking. That's not what he's doing. Right. He's just like, okay. And then Lisa, she's like, well, you need to talk to her. And he's like, dude, I just found out, And he goes and he talks to his wife and they're fine. He's not upset about the baby, and he's just thinking about, okay, so I'm doing this job. I really don't want to do this job forever. Maybe I can do it for a little bit longer until the baby comes and maybe do something else, Because he says to her, he wants to do better. He wants to be a better person and wants to have a better life for his wife and child and now children.
Yeah.
And he's not, and again, here we go. Kevin Bacon, once again, playing a character who is very conscientious of the women in his life. And he's very conscientious of his wife, and even his sister. They seem to have a good relationship.
I think it's
sister-in-law.
True, but also I think that Maggie is very forgiving of everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
she is habitually forgiving of the things. Even if she gets annoyed, she's very forgiving.
I think she's scared, though.
I think she just turns off any, if it's going to be bad, I'm just not going to deal with it.
I mean, when they do have the one argument, it's not really an argument. She just wants him to stop asking Jake questions about the ghost when they realize that Jake is also seeing the ghost that...
Because he's got the shinnin.
The same ghost that Tom had been seeing, and they find that out when the babysitter is there, and she overhears... Jake on the baby monitor talking, she's downstairs. And he says the name Samantha. And the babysitter, Debbie, she freaks out because that's her sister. And then she kidnaps Jake, but she really just wants to take him to talk to her mom, but nobody knows this. And Tom has this like feeling and premonition that something bad is happening and that she took his son. And so, you know, there's bad moments, but like when they get Jake back and they get back to the house and he's trying to talk to Jake, trying to get information about the ghost.
He's too excited.
He's too excited, yes.
He's too, I say excited is wrong.
Not a happy,
more
gleeful,
agitated.
Yeah.
He's trying to get answers and he's desperately seeking them.
Yeah.
In a less Susan kind of way, in a more Kevin Bacon kind of way.
Yeah, because again, it's not, because he's not agitated or anxious in a, oh my God, we have a ghostie in common. Oh my God. No, he's just like, okay.
He thinks he's going to get answers from this child.
And I love that. The one time the ghost talks through Jacob and it's like, do not ask the boy any more questions. You don't talk to me, you know, and then that's it. That's it. You're thinking that there's a whole scene about to happen.
It's not the boy that she's talking through. She does it there, but she's not actually talking through the boy for any other time. She's trying to tell him, and he doesn't know how to listen.
Yeah.
Which is what Neil says. Cop Neil. Neil Cop.
Neil Cop, who is not the Todd, because I insisted that was his name in
that is not his name
episode that no longer exists. So, she is trying to tell him, but he's not getting it. So he's trying to get like straightforward questions because Tom is probably much like me, where you can explain something to me, but I kind of need a visual. I kind of need you to hold my hand. I need you to actually show me sometimes. Sometimes I can get something immediately, and other times I really need a moment to really absorb it and to do it myself, like to do it that way. So I'll ask 1,001 questions, hence Tom asking 1,001 questions. Is it annoying to others? Oh, shit, yes. Is it unfortunately a way of life? Oh, yes, it is. And so I understand why he's...
You're going to ask your questions and answer them yourself? Yes,
I will, because I do that as well. Because I will ask a question, and because somebody around me didn't answer it right away, oh, yeah, no. Sometimes saying it out loud, I hear the answer in my question.
I was just making fun of your...
No, it is true, though. It is true, though. And I blame that on my ADD mind, because I do tend to...
Blame it on your ADD.
Sal!
Oh, my God.
That's never going to not be funny to us.
It
to
really
us.
Okay, so we have... It's a crime. It's a crime procedural from the supernatural point of view.
Yes.
He doesn't actually investigate anything. He just follows the little clues that she throws down, and he zones right in on them. He is so focused on doing those things.
ADD.
Yeah. And
He's got the hyperfixation.
He does nothing else. He goes obsessive immediately.
And I think that's why I can relate to that aspect of him.
Yeah, so he tears up his entire house in the process.
I could see myself doing that. Putting it back together, no.
But yeah, the whole thing is everything is domestic. Nothing in this movie is outside of that. Even the supernatural part is purely domestic.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will admit, I would never dig up our backyard the way he was.
Well, I would hope not.
Oh, no, I'd rent a backhoe.
No, that makes sense. I mean, he should have done that instead of trying to dig himself.
I mean, that was a little backyard, though. That was a little postage stamp backyard.
Well, it's a little small backyard, but I would still do it. It would take a lot less time.
Probably, yeah. But she wasn't buried in the backyard.
No, and not where the child was digging.
No. That's when Maggie comes home and she's like, you have him digging with you? And he's like, oh, yeah, but don't worry. There's no body over there. But I kind of like how he had him in, he had his little Tonka truck and he's digging and he was
helping
cute.
Dad find the body.
Gotta find the body.
So, yeah, everything in this is designed in a very specific way.
Yes.
You have the domestic scenes that really set you up for getting hit with the supernatural. But then it also amps up over time. It amps up your anxiety by constantly putting you in these confined spaces.
Yes.
So you get this claustrophobic feeling.
The parties. Oh, well, first thing, there's way too many parties, but every party, I noticed that too with the rooms. There's too many people on that porch. There's too many people in that room. I couldn't handle it.
They get more and tighter, especially when they're trying to amp up the emotional payoff.
Yes.
Which is like when his son gets kidnapped. Mm-hmm. Or he thinks
when they're in the railway station. Yeah.
When he's trying to get out of the crowd at the football game, I believe it's a foosball.
Foosball. Maybe it's hockey. I don't know.
And he's trying to get through the crowd. He is completely compressed in it. It's frustrating to watch. Mm-hmm. And it amps up your own anxiety. So, this thing just kind of plays on that every time. The sound, the sights are usually like the blaring red and the deep sound. It's just there to make you anxious more than even it is to signal to him anything. And
the very first time that Lisa hypnotizes Tom, when in my research, they were saying that apparently they do it so legitimately that you could actually become hypnotized. Again, I don't know how true that is. I don't know if anybody actually was, or if that maybe they said they were going under a little bit. I can't remember all of the details, but they put a sound at the end of that scene to pull people out, just in case. Now you know how to hypnotize people. There you go. You're welcome.
Okay. It's a very specific thing.
It is. But, I mean, she's not telling, she's just opening his mind. And that's the other thing that kind of kills me. So this person is claiming to be a witch. Now, I'm not judging Ileana because I love her. She's a great actress. And she's got that oddly beautiful face. Mm-hmm. I freaking love it. Yeah. But I'm judging Lisa because Lisa calls herself a witch. And the thing that she did was the worst thing she could have done, which obviously was the worst thing she could have done. She planted a thought in his head with her hypnosis, which again, that's, fine. When you hear a bell ring, you will cluck like a chicken. Okay, shit like that. No, she says, I want you to be more open to the world around you, and not so many words. That is a stupid thing to do. And if you know anything about spell work and magic, or even in just the fantasy world of anything really, and or just the laws of give and take, when you throw something like that to the universe goes, okay, bitch, hold my beer. And it really, you say, I want you to be more open to shit. His doors weren't just open, they were freaking nailed open. He was open to...
Yeah, I think that's the point of the movie.
I mean, yes, it is. I'm just saying, as a practitioner, that was foolishness.
Sure. And she got nothing done to her for it.
No, there should have been repercussions.
There were no repercussions for her doing any of this stuff. She got to be a wise ass the entire time.
I know, and bless her little heart. But I know, I'm not a believer of the, whatever you do comes back to you type of thing. Sure. I don't believe in that. I believe if you have ill intent to somebody and it's unfounded, just being a dick, yes, it will bounce back at you. But I also believe in vengeance spells because, bitch got to protect herself some way. But that situation where she opened those doors to him, on him without his permission, that's the other thing. She took away his consent by doing that without it.
Sure.
And his autonomy by taking that away, which kind of goes back to the whole the feminist aspect of there's a lot of masculine toxicity, masculine toxicity, and in that moment it was feminine toxicity because she took away his autonomy in the way that men tend to take away women's autonomy.
Right.
So there was a little bit of a throw around there, but by doing so, again, she didn't fix the situation, and there was no... I wouldn't speak to her. Like, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, you need to fix this, and you need to fix it now.
And yet he did ask her to fix it.
Yeah, he did. And when she tried, that's when he got the order to dig. But he also got his ass handed to him in this liminal space in his mind because Samantha came to visit the movie theater.
Yeah.
He's like, there's somebody here. And Lisa's like, no, this is just your head. And he's like, bitch, I'm getting my ass kicked.
So, this whole thing, is like, it's all this obsession with finding the answers to something.
Yeah.
And she's telling the story very slowly over time. He gets pieces of her story.
Mm-hmm.
And as she gives those to him, he builds his empathy with her.
He does.
So it becomes a thing of, I've got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even, I've got to do this for the person.
No.
It's, I've got to do this for her.
Yep.
She is the one I'm doing it for. I have to do it.
Oh, yeah.
She said to do it, I'm doing it. She said to dig, I have to dig.
Well, and I did say that the ghosts don't perform any acts of violence, but she did beat his butt in the liminal space.
Sure. But that was in his head. That's okay.
It was in his head. And she didn't kill him. She just kind of smacked him around a bit.
It's
Just to get his attention, hey, look. And
it was emotional abuse.
It was. She smacked her bitch up.
You just wanted to say that.
I know. I love it. So, again, there's a lot of issues with the characters in the movie when it comes to the assault that happens on Samantha, and that it's these two boys. One is their landlord's son, and the other one is their friend Frank, his son. And he actually shoots himself at one point after Tom has like a premonition that it's going to happen, and wakes up, and everything kind of goes with the same, with a few different things.
Right.
It basically follows that same path, and the kid shoots himself, and it's like thinking back to knowing what happened in the movie, knowing that Frank knew why his son shot himself, and it's like, again, not saying anything, not telling his wife, not telling anybody, because he couldn't have told his wife.
Right.
And holding that in his heart, really, because that's where it is, and it's making it black and ugly and nasty, and knowing that his child tried to off himself for what he did and what he partook in, it's just, I can't. Again, Frank is wrong, but I still can sympathize with as a parent.
Well, you can sympathize with the grief that he feels for what he felt he needed to do for his son.
But I have no love for him because of the fact that he was more concerned about his son's future and what that quote unquote girl took from him.
Right, because the level of value he has for anybody else is diminished against his own son.
Yeah, and that's it. And he blames, again, it's short of what was she wearing? No one said that, but that's pretty much where we were up a button right close to that question, because it was her fault.
Turns out it was an orange parka
and little glasses.
Parka. So
yes,
sexy orange parka. I guess I don't understand that at all. So yes, we have marriages and friendships kind of become this tangled web for Tom. Mm-hmm. He doesn't truly know who his friends are. So you have neighbors. You can make friends with your neighbors, but you really don't truly know them.
No.
And he only recently had moved in there into this particular house.
Yeah.
Now you get the sense they lived in this neighborhood for a very long time, but the house is newly rented.
It is true, and newly renovated as well.
Right. And so the friendships he's made there are only identified in how they react to one another in public settings or parties. And that's what you get out of it.
Yes.
No true, deep friendship stuff. Maybe they don't know each other as well as they think they do.
Yeah.
But then the marriages all seem very shaky in one way or another.
I think the closest friendship comes down to Maggie and her sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're definitely the only two that you can see are, ride or dies. And I think that, Tom and Lisa are close for sister and brother-in-law. They are. You cannot deny that. But also, I wouldn't put them on a BFF level. They're definitely, we're close, but I'll still cut you because she's my sister.
I think Frank is pretty close to Tom.
Yeah.
The problem is he didn't, because he reacted incorrectly, because the thing he did to protect his son was so wrong, he never confided in Tom.
Well, wouldn't he be uncomfortable going into their house?
You would think he would be.
Yes, and...
But then again, you never really see him go into the house.
He doesn't go into the house.
Until he's going there to seemingly kill Tom.
Yeah.
But really, he was there to help, to save him. He was just losing his little mind too.
Yeah.
Because he got found out. And Tom is being this decent guy, and he went to Frank and said, I found the body. And because he touched her hand.
Yeah, he saw the
dead
whole
hand
thing from her eyes.
Right, he got to see the whole story. Well, he didn't just see it, he relived it. And then he goes to Tom, or not to Tom.
To Frank.
Tom goes to Frank, and he's like, look, man, I feel bad about your son and everything, but I know what happened.
Yeah.
And we have to call the cops. We just have to.
Yeah, so I'd rather you hear it from me than from them.
Yeah, I don't want you to find out some other way.
Yeah.
And that was brave, stupid of Tom.
Yes, but I think, again, he thought that this was his friend, and he had no ulterior thoughts, because the last thing that Samantha sees are the two boys. So she doesn't know what happens.
Right.
So she can't tell him that the landlord and that Frank came. I can't remember the landlord's name, but it's not that important.
I mean, you can assume that the fathers of those boys are the ones that help cover it up, but he doesn't know anything for sure.
And the other thing that just kind of dawned on me is, you're right. He was reliving what she went through. And that, I mean, I hate to say the whole, it kind of goes hand in hand with I have daughters, or I have a wife, and,
Right.
Feminism on that side of it, just because I have it. But I wouldn't care otherwise. I don't care about your wife or your daughter. And obviously, I don't give a shit about my mother, because, only now do I care that I have children and blah, blah, blah. But, so like I said, I hate to kind of compare it, but he must have a different perspective on women.
He must have a different perspective for Samantha.
Well, also...
Because he can't truly empathize with other women. He can only empathize with this experience.
True, but also, when him and his wife were having sex, he had a panic attack. I mean, he was flashing.
Oh, absolutely.
But he was having a panic attack. And part of it was because I think he was on the bottom, and he was having the Samantha thing, because that was right when it was first starting.
You're absolutely right.
And so,
that's a good catch.
Yeah. And so I think there was that moment of
helplessness.
Even though he didn't really understand, because he had not fully...
Well, that's that teardown of that blue-collar, masculine kind of gender role that they throw out.
Yeah.
This is degrading that. This is taking it away from him.
Yeah.
But in a way that he is actually empathizing with someone else.
He's not having it taken from him in a forceful way. He's more like the veil.
It's eroding.
It's almost
That's
more like, and I was going to say, it's more like just like the veil is being lifted.
Yeah.
Like he's seeing things now that he wasn't able to see before, because he can now appreciate it in a different perspective.
That's like not understanding a prisoner's perspective than going to prison yourself.
Yes.
No matter what the reason, no matter whether you're innocent or not, you've now gone to prison, so now you have a perspective.
Yeah, I see that. I can also go down to my 4-year-old class. You don't want to try that food over there, but you're making fun of your friends for eating it, and you really refuse to try it. But maybe if you gave it a little bit of a taste, and then they taste it, and they're like, oh, it's not so bad. And now I'm on that side of the fence because I like it. 4-year-olds are simple.
Yeah, adults
are not so much.
Not so simple, but this is a fairly simple take on the whole idea. So he relives what she went through.
Yep.
And he's shaken by it, obviously. He still goes to his friend. And turns out the friend admits everything and is despondent, and he thinks he's going to kill him.
And he's telling him to leave. He's like, go, go, go. And then he hears the gunshot.
Yeah.
Before all that happened, when shortly after, Tom had the vision, landlord's son because Tom rented a jackhammer and was cowboy riding that thing around his basement. Wee-haw! And, not understanding that people could hear you, man. And so
the doors open.
Yeah, and it's a fucking rental. And so the landlord's son comes in, he's looking in the basement and he sees that he had found the place where the body was. So he goes and gets his dad. They show up. And after he thinks that Frank killed himself in the basement, he goes outside and there's landlord and son. So yeah, they come in and it's like, chaos ensues.
This is the realization of
shit. More, you're involved with this too. We rent from you, you motherfucker.
You were supposed to be my friend, kind of thing. And him and his son lay him out.
Oh yeah.
But also they attack Maggie, who comes home, and there are these parts of the what we call the shinin or the shining, that the child has,
yes,
who has kind of made it to where she has a knife on her at the time.
Yeah, because she put that in her purse earlier on.
Due to some premonitions.
Yeah, she was
driving it.
Yeah,
not hers,
but others. And so she puts that in her purse. And then, her son was like, "Hey, Mom, don't forget your purse." And she's like, "Hey, don't you want to come home with me?" And he's like, "No, I'm afraid of the feathers." And that comes into play when,
Yeah, when the gunfire happens and a bullet flies up through the floor, into the bed, and through the pillow.
Yeah, in the second story. So,
which is the kids' room.
Yeah, and so the feathers just go flying everywhere. So, yeah, he had his little premonition of why he was afraid of the feathers, because he would have been in that bed if they hadn't been out. You know?
He would have been asleep.
Yeah, and my thing would have been like, "What the fuck happened to my floors?"
Yeah, because he destroyed the house basically. He really did a number on that house.
Oh yeah,
turns out if the landlord gets killed, you don't have to worry about the damage you did to it.
That is true. Take him down with you. Burn that bitch.
But yeah, so ultimately Tom doesn't save the day.
Nope.
Maggie kind of saves him, although endangered herself. And then
overall, really, it was Jake.
Frank.
Oh, Frank, yeah. Well, Frank kind of, yeah.
Saves both of them.
I wouldn't say it's definitely like
not a heroic act.
No. I was thinking of a different word, but you're right.
It's an act of desperation on his part to correct something that he has felt guilty for.
Exactly. And that doesn't take away from the fact that you hid a body.
Yeah.
You bastards.
You made a family suffer.
Murder.
This family doesn't know what happened to their daughter and sister. And it possibly could have dissolved the marriage
we don't know if she's even married. We just know, what if she's just by herself raising those two girls?
But if two people lose a child and they don't grieve the same way, it's very hard to keep a marriage together.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If they grieve differently and they don't see each other's grief.
Yes.
It becomes a problem and it's very hard for them to remain together. Mm-hmm. And so it is possible that we don't know.
We don't know.
We're just wildly speculating.
Throwing pasta on a wall. See what sticks.
That's right. So there's a scene where Tom or Kevin Bacon kicks a bucket and it travels directly up and hits a window and breaks it. Mm-hmm. That was completely unplanned. Not supposed to happen in the film. And you can see for just the barest moment, you see Kevin Bacon come out of character.
Oh, yeah.
For just a moment, he stutters, and that's Kevin Bacon right there. And then right after that is Tom again.
Yeah.
So they kept it.
Well, what is not Kevin Bacon is in the very first hypnosis scene, after he comes out of it, Lisa's like, "So how's your hand feel?" And he's like, "What?" And so they show that she had stuck a safety pin through the webbing between his thumb and forefinger. And what happened is that's actually someone's hand in that scene. It's not fake. They hired a stunt guy to willingly let them stick a needle through his hand. And No, I mean, I was the creepy kid who would stick safety pins under my skin. So, just under that just first layer of dermis, because we were all kids and we were weird. We also would make glue skin and peel that crap off too. So we were weird. Rubber glue boogers. Yeah.
I never did that.
Put it on the desk.
Did it on the palm of your hand.
Yeah, you do the rubber glue and you put it on the desk and then you roll it and it makes boogers.
Yeah. Didn't have a reason to do that. But okay.
We were all animals at some point. Ate Play-Doh, sniffed glue, huffed paint. I don't know.
Oh my God.
No. Making it weird.
What kind of kindergarten did you run?
I don't know, but they're letting me teach pre-K, so here we go.
Probably a bad idea.
Oh yeah, nah, we're awesome. We nap a lot. No.
So, the thing about this movie that I keep coming back to is how normal it seems. Aside from the supernatural things, it's very much the normal marriages, the normal troubles, the stereotypical things that white cishet people go through.
Oh, the whiteness of it all.
Yeah, and you feel like even though everybody is kind of friends, that no one is really friends.
Oh yeah, those bitches would turn on each other if they knew. It's
a really porous kind of life where you live these very facade-like characters for each other outside of your home.
Yeah.
So you have to be this certain way for them. And I think that is very much indicative of a white cishet neighborhood in which everybody shares only this facade that they want everybody else to believe they are as well.
Again, I've never been to Chicago. Okay, that's not true. I did stop in Union Station when I was taking that train trip from California, but I didn't leave Union Station. So I don't know much about Chicago, but it was so fucking white in that neighborhood. Like even when they do the street party, I don't remember the street party having anybody of color. Like when they have the street party?
I don't remember anyone even remotely Latino.
No, no people of color of any form. And that doesn't smack of Chicago to me. Personal opinion, just of what I know of Chicago.
It was very non-Tremors like.
Very non-Tremors like. And that's a sad thing for me to say about a Kevin Bacon film.
Yeah. I think that is going to be a thing that just kind of happens in the 90s. True. Is they really forget that there are other people in the world and in your damn neighborhood.
That is true.
How many people did they have to escort out of the area so that they could have their little block party? And all of them were a different color from the people that were acting.
I mean, yeah, that's sad and pathetic and very, very, very true because, again, I hate the past sometimes. I really do. I mean, I appreciate it for what, we can't change it. And I can look at it. I can still judge the shit about it. Yeah, I will look at it through the right lens. I will understand that I can't change it. But God, it does make me angry sometimes.
Sure.
And knowing that, 1999, yes, it was forever ago, but it really wasn't forever ago.
It was 26 years ago.
It was far enough that they could have known better.
It's half my lifetime.
Oh my God, mine too.
Yeah.
Ew. It sucks being old.
Speak for yourself. I'm not old. I am immortal.
I am, depends on the day.
Okay. So let's see how this does in the Castellini test.
Okay.
Because, well, as we had said in the previous episode that I did not record, it isn't that deep of a film.
No.
He digs deep, but he doesn't dig that deep.
Not that deep.
And we are talking about mainly a bunch of white cishet people trying to make it through their little neighborhood life.
Yeah.
And encountering the slightest inconvenience. That's essentially what this is.
Yeah.
It is horrifying that a girl or anyone is murdered, sexually assaulted, any of that. It's horrible that it happens, but the inconvenience would be to the people encountering it after the fact.
Yes.
They're not overly concerned about her.
They don't really seem to be.
The only person who is concerned about her is her sister.
Yeah.
Possibly her mother, I would imagine, and Tom.
Yeah, because when he asks the neighbors about it, what do you know about this girl? First they're like, well, who? And they're like, oh, the R-word girl? And then, it's like they don't...
Well, even the wives, even Maggie, doesn't necessarily care enough about this woman.
No, she's more focused on her family.
Right.
Yeah.
So, there's not that solidarity of sisterhood or anything like that on
No,
this.
but I think in Maggie's defense, it is the whole mama bear, gotta protect mine kind of thing.
Sure.
She doesn't know what the unknown is.
But this is what got him into trouble in the first place, is the papa bear.
Oh, no, I get that.
Protecting
I'm just saying
the
that she doesn't have the visions. She can't
Sure.
see. So in her mind, it's almost not real, even though she knows it's real because they both are seeing it. Her child is seeing it. Her husband is seeing it. She knows it's real on that level, but it's hard to believe in something that you cannot see, feel, touch, taste type of thing.
Sure.
And so for her, it's
although
more
she
about,
does see the effects of it, because she knows that Tom was able to find their son out of nothing.
Oh yeah, no. She can understand that part of it, but there's that also. I mean, Jack's. Oh my God, yeah, Jake
from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. He's a baby. He's only 5 years old.
Sure.
She's gonna want to protect him. She's the realization of my baby has been talking to a murder victim. It's a lot.
Oh yeah.
To try to get your brain. So I can't fault Maggie for not bonding per se with the ghost.
I don't know if I'm talking about bonding, but just even being curious about it. She doesn't ask any questions despite knowing something happened.
Don't ask, don't tell.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of
90s.
There's a lot of willful ignorance happening because it's too much for them to deal with, so they just don't.
Yes. No, true.
So there have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
Maggie, Lisa, Debbie, Sheila.
I just started realizing that at first I thought we were talking about The Simpsons.
Maggie, Lisa. Ew.
True. We have Maggie, we have Lisa, we have several women characters who are all talking.
Samantha, but she really doesn't say much out loud.
No, she, in the essence of communicating,
Debbie.
I'd say she have a lot of lines.
Debbie's mom.
Yeah.
She's not named, but yeah.
Those characters must have a conversation, not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship.
Okay, so you had pointed out before Maggie and Lisa talk about hypnosis.
And what it did to Tom, but not about their relationship, just about what Lisa did to Tom. Yeah.
And then Debbie having a conversation with the police and with parents about, not really conversations, more of a, my sister. But it was still 5 lines more than, and it was not about relationships.
Well, Debbie even talked to Tom, or was screaming at Tom and screaming at the cop.
Yeah.
The interactions happen.
And Lisa with Tom as well, when he's trying to get her to tell him what the hell she did to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Exactly.
Lots of conversations with the femmes.
At least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it could not reach the same ending.
Well, Samantha.
Sure.
Maggie.
Right.
Lisa, because if Lisa didn't hypnotize him, well, he would not have opened up his ears and eyes, and it would have just been little guy being uber haunted.
Yeah, because Maggie still would have been hurt, killed.
Well, Samantha would have been.
Sorry. Samantha would have still been sexually assaulted and killed.
Yes.
But nothing would have resolved there at all.
No.
Lisa was the linchpin.
Yes.
She's the one that opened the doors for him and caused this entire cascade of events.
Yeah, and if Samantha hadn't been there, then she wouldn't have been assaulted and murdered, and there would have been no movie anyway.
Yeah, and I think that really that opens up a case for Tom and Maggie to really sue Lisa. So they should file a lawsuit against her because she caused she caused so much emotional distress with her little stupid parlor trick.
She didn't know. So yes, I think it passes.
So how do you feel now about this film?
I mean, it's, again, not a super, super scary movie. It's got some great twists and turns. It has a lot of suspense. It's, again, not a high-level scary movie, but it's a good movie. It's definitely one where, I'll say to somebody, hey, have you ever seen Stir of Echoes? And they're like, I don't know that movie. And I'm like, yeah, the one with Kevin Bacon and the ghost. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, I like that movie. So it's like, it's a forgotten...
I'm going to posit that it is a oddly cozy, scary...
It's a cozy, scary movie.
It's a cozy, scary movie. Sure, it has some horrible themes within it, but it doesn't focus on those so much that you can't see the other things.
I mean, when she breaks her nails scratching on the floorboards, and they literally come out of the beds of her fingers, vomit. Ugh.
Yeah, but it's surrounded by so many Norman Rockwell-ish moments.
And it's a moment where, you have to have those shocking moments. Otherwise, you're not going to get drawn into the story of what is happening. Why is this happening?
But I think it is a cozy, scary film.
Overall, I think so.
It's homey. You feel wrapped in it.
Yeah.
The whole time you're watching it. And then after that, you're like, oh, shit. Bad things are happening, too. This is not great. So, if you would like to watch this movie, you can catch it on Tubi, Fandango, Philo, the CW, Amazon Prime, and Plex for free. You can watch it on Fubo, Sling, and YouTube TV with a subscription. And if you want to rent it, after you've given up on wanting to watch it in any other shape or form, you can rent it for $3.99 on Apple TV and Google Play. Nice. So this has been Once More with Feelings, once again, with Beth and Michelle. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at OMWFPod. Visit our page at oncemorewithfeelings.podbean.com. Or you can send us an email. We'd love to hear from you at omwfpod@gmail.com. Take a moment to subscribe and rate us on iTunes or wherever you listen to your finer podcasts.
So, first off, our friend Pat Green is going to be joining us again in our next episode, in our not-so-scary Octoween.
Yeah, returning speaker who he was with us on...
Benny and June.
And we had a great time.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a friend of the podcast. He is going to be with us. And, well, not in the studio, but we'll be on Zoom with him.
Yes.
And we're going to have a really good, I think, discussion on this next one.
Oh, yeah, because this one has a lot of depth and a lot of...
There's a lot of texture to it.
And a lot of really screwed up shit. But here are your clues. I've got 4. Because I want to hear from you guys. So please, let us know that if you can guess this one. So I'm making this one really easy. There is an actor in this movie, one of my favorites, and this person was also in the movie Teen Witch. I'm going to leave that there. My second clue is between the actor deaths and the actual real friggin' skeletons that were used and not told to the actors about. They did not know these were real. The belief is that the set was cursed. I would not be surprised about that. This movie has one of the most famous quotable lines that is ever delivered by a child. And I'm not talking about the truffle shuffle. Not that one. And the director used his own childhood fears for one of the characters in the movie. So this one character has 2 very specific fears, and those were the director's very specific fears as a child.
Okay. Nice. He outed himself.
He did.
Yeah.
So now we know how to taunt him in the
Every
future.
Christmas, he got those as presents.
I would be very upset. But yeah, so, I mean, please respond. Please write. Please drop us a line on any of our socials and let us know if you guess what this movie is. I'll give you a sticker.
We are not giving out stickers.
I'm talking about virtual stickers.
Oh, okay.
I'll mail you a sticker. I have a bunch.
We are not mailing stickers.
I will mail a sticker.
We're not mailing stickers. That's my disclaimer. Every time you say something, I have to mix. We're not mailing stickers. It's not what we're doing.
I'll take a picture of a sticker.
We're not doing that either.
And I'll post it on the Instagram.
No stickers.
I love stickers.
Okay. So, I think we're done now. 'Cause you're just repeating things.
We've hit that level of silly. So until next time, my friends. I see dead people.
That is the wrong movie.
I know.
This one is... What's it feel like to be dead?
Ew.
Oh, I saw a guy who got a 2-inch needle stuck into his arm while he was under hypnosis, didn't feel a thing.
Okay, Kreskin, prove it. Hypnotize somebody.
Yeah, do me.
No.
Come on. What's the worst that can happen?